Hello, everybody. Welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And on today's episode, we will be painting Mollog's Mob. Is that right? Did I say that?
Mollog's Mob?
Mollog's Mob.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we're painting it, though.
Oh, we are not. You're right. We aren't painting because what we are doing today is we're going to build them.
Assembling Happy Little Minis.
Yeah, we're assembling Happy Little Minis today.
Yeah.
This is the first of a, so from here on out, in regards to Games Workshop properties, we will be using all Games Workshop stuff.
Yeah.
We will be deviating on the paints. It'll be Citadel paints when we paint GW stuff. It'll be Citadel brushes. It'll be Citadel everything.
Citadel tools to assemble them. So we had to oh my goodness.
It's dying.
Hang on. Sorry. Apologies. Yes. Yeah, so we'll be getting a chance to just use all of the Citadel products, which will be a lot of fun. I'm particularly excited about getting to use the contrast paints.
Ooh, yeah. So I got an email last night from Malk from GW, who said that they sent us the 34 paints or so. Right, and the two new primers.
Right.
So we should be getting that this week, which is really exciting. And but we cannot actually use them to paint until after the 15th.
Can't have them on the show.
Have them on the show.
Okay, right.
We can paint, and we should absolutely paint with them before we do it on the show, so we can get an understanding of the product. Yeah. And we will. So on the, I think it's the 18th. Okay. Of June is a Tuesday.
Right. Yep.
Tuesday the 18th. We'll be using all the contrast paints and the primers and stuff like that.
Oh, very cool.
For whatever models we decide that we're
That'll be great. That'll be great.
So if you have any suggestions, or if you have any suggestions on what we should paint.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For the...
throw those suggestions in the comments.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Without a doubt. Excellent.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. We'll say hi to Mike G and Gary Eckert in the YouTube chat.
Nice. And then we've got everybody. Captain Rad's with us. And I liked, right after the beginning, before it even started, Josh from Mini Painting Studio said, "I'm a simple man. I see Mollog, I click."
Excellent.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Craig. Byron. Sarah loves our theme music. Sarah is also wondering if you have allergies, Dave.
I do kind of have allergies, but I don't think that was allergy related.
No, that was just choking on a thought.
Yeah, choking on a thought. No. I think there was maybe some of my lunch that I haven't
processed.
Fully swallowed. Just hanging out in the back there.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right, so
tell me about it.
Mollog's Mob. Tell me a little bit about Mollog in general. I don't even know this character. Is he part of a certain race or?
Yeah, he's a he's a troll, or a Troggoth. I think they're now called in Age of Sigmar. Okay. But he's for Warhammer Underworld's Night Vault. So that's the basically the board/card game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Where you build your deck to help your models sort of fight other people, gather objectives, and or gain glory to win the games. Now, normally in Warhammer Underworlds, warbands have been like 3 models, 4 models, 5 models. Right. Some of them even have, I think the highest might be 9 models.
Wow.
It's a lot of goblins. Loads of goblins.
Makes sense.
But you get to activate like 4 of them each round. This one's different because it's the first one with a big guy in it. And if we grab the box here, I'll show you under the close cam.
Oh, I see.
There we go. So Mollog is this guy. He's a big guy. Right. And you'd expect him, when he's swinging that enormous club, to do a lot of damage. Right. So rather than having 3 or 4 big guys in the force, it's really just Mollog. Right. Is there, and he has these little sort of helper squigs.
Little minions.
Yep. So he's got it's just the spite shroom. There's a flying squig and a rock squig. Okay. So the rock squig actually doesn't move in the game. You plant it in a certain position and
it just stays there.
Yeah, it has like an area around it that is quite dangerous. It can lean over and bite people. But yeah, so that's kind of the exciting thing about Mollog's mob is that it brings it down. So it's really him.
Okay.
Like it's one big guy with a whole bunch of sort of smaller support. Mm-hmm. But he's the one he's the only one who can do things. He's the only one who can gain objectives. Or,
okay.
That sort of stuff.
The other ones are mainly just there to harass.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's very much he's a sort of high risk, high reward kind of thing. Either you win big or lose big. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Lose quickly.
So some of the tools we're using today, we do have the Citadel clippers here.
Clippers, yeah.
And then we have a saw and X-Acto knife and some shaping tools if we need them. Citadel even has its own plastic glue. And I actually like these ones because I like the metal tip.
Right.
Because it's
very
focused, laser focused.
Laser focused, exactly.
Yeah. And then there's like this, like, I want to call it a shaving tool. I don't have the box for it anymore. It literally just gets rid of those mold lines really easy and nicely.
There we go. Cool.
So,
yeah, it's a, I just call it a mold line scraper.
Mold line scraper.
Mold line scraper.
All right.
Okay.
So what did everybody get into this weekend? I saw a lot of stuff posted up in the Painting Happy Little Minis group.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to happen today.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we won't be able to show any of that because it's been a pretty wild day here today. Johnny's out. So Leona basically had to take on double duty for all the other content that we create around here. And has been really busy. So we'll show off paints and works in progress and completions on Thursday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
With this scraper tool, I like it. I was using it on a lot of the miniatures that we've been putting together over the last 2 weeks.
Right.
So.
Oh, here you go. Should I cut out your piece from here?
Yes, please.
You got half the flying squig on the,
I was wondering where
side,
that was.
where the rest of him was. There we go.
Carl says, hey, can you paint a beard on Dave? Yes, I can.
But please don't. Why would you want to do that? That's crazy. I'm going to open up the cutter.
And then on Thursday, we'll also give away that Mollog's Mob box right there.
Awesome. Unlucky.
Some unlucky viewer.
Unlucky? I can't believe you just said that. Some totally lucky viewer.
You're right, that is the other. That's the standy piece.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the technical term for it as well, people.
Yes,
the standy piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know.
Yep.
Cool.
So this you get, looks like 5 or 6
blades.
Blades. The X-Acto 11 type.
Nice.
The barrel of this is nice. It's a very nice sturdy metal.
Oh yeah, these are
actually good.
Hefty.
Yeah.
Even if you hold that one.
Oh yeah.
And they all got some good heft to them. And you were saying something about this. The Clippers has something inside the metal piece that gives it that spring.
Normally on a set of Clippers there'll be a spring piece that's wound around there, and it'll sort of stick. Basically, you'll see a wire sticking down,
right,
which provides the resistance. But this,
it's inside that.
Can't see it, so it's all inside there.
It's nice.
The engineer in me wants to
break it apart.
Wants to break it apart and know how it's done. But I won't do that just yet. We'll save that for a little while.
Robert says hello, and Chris says hi. Matthew's with us as well. A knife. Yes, I have to be careful with the knives.
Yep.
Yeah, that glue applicator is nice.
This one is.
There we go.
A little bit. So Maybe if we don't have a close-up on this until I get it right. There we go.
12 and 9. So I have to chop off number 12 and number 9.
Oh, you should have said. I'm going to put that aside just for the moment. We'll come back to that one. Where's the scraper?
There you go.
Thank you.
So one of the things I like about the whole hobby, you know, it's not just about the painting, it's about the putting the models together. And
oh, Cat likes your shirt. Hey.
Oh, okay, my shirt. Yeah.
Look at YouTube.
Can we see that? I don't always spill paint, but when I do, it's an entire pot of wash.
yes.
Yep. I've got another one for a Thursday show as well. But this is from my buddy Scott, who has these on his Teespring store.
Nice.
So if you check out thebrushwizard.com.
The Brush Wizard.
I think, pretty sure it's thebrushwizard.com. That's what it says on the back, doesn't it?
The Brush Wizard, yeah. Thebrushwizard.com it is.
Excellent. You can go and pick up one of those shirts. Tell him Dave sent you.
Nice.
But yeah, I've got one for Thursday that I think Josh is going to like.
Really?
Yeah, Josh from Mini Painting Studio.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll see.
If he doesn't like it, at least it will hopefully make him laugh. Okay. This is the first time I've actually used this mold line scraper.
Yeah. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
Normally I do all my mold line cleanup with either a file or usually a hobby knife.
Okay.
And this is kind of like using the back side of a hobby blade. But the cool thing is that it's really tough to get big gouges in the plastic.
Right.
With this, it's very easy with a knife, of course.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, just scrapes along. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people in the chat are going to be saying, "Oh, Dave, we've been using that for years."
And they may have.
Welcome to the 21st century, Taylor.
Nice. The
Yeah.
trying to just get this dragon tongue thing
All right.
in its mouth here.
I wanted to make sure that Rick had the fiddliest models.
Success.
Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Did you want to work on Mollog instead?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm good with this. I will figure it all out.
Cool thing. While I'm doing this, one of the things I'm going to say about these clippers is, I'm just going to turn them on this side. They've got a very thin profile, which makes it easier to get them into different spots on the sprue. So, to clip things off, which is great. But I think this also means is that to keep these in sort of the best condition possible, is you should only use them for clipping plastic, clipping pieces from sprues.
And not use them for what?
Like clipping paper clips to make pins, if you're pinning models together.
People do that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And when I say people, I mean me.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I have sort of 3 pairs of clippers at home that all have lots of nice little indents.
So it looks like a sword that's been in battle.
Yeah, it looks like I now have saw blades that do that. So it's not the best.
Huh. This is
Cool.
Quite the challenge.
We have also over on Twitch we have Glim the Wizard saying hello.
All right. Hey,
Hello, Glim. And we have Paul Johnson on YouTube saying good evening from Liverpool.
Nice.
Sweet. Thank you for spending your evening with us. We'll
try not to embarrass ourselves.
Too late.
Oh.
But no, this is really cool. I like this scraper. Little scraper there. So, Rick,
yeah.
What did you get up to this weekend?
I organized a bunch of miniatures and I primed a bunch of miniatures, like over 200.
Over 200 miniatures?
Yeah.
That is a bunch.
Yeah. A lot of the Reapers 4 that I got.
Okay, the Bones 4.
Yeah, or Bones 4
cool.
set. And then I also put some time in on the miniatures that I've like had like a little bit of work done on, but I hadn't like completed the whole thing. So
okay.
I worked on some of those as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it was a productive weekend in that regard.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you get to go outside at all?
Nope.
Okay.
I did not leave my house.
For 72 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something to aspire to.
Hey, it's my life. When I'm not at work and I'm not at a convention, I tend to just lock myself away. It may sound depressing, but it is.
No way. No way. Cleaning up and priming 200 miniatures? That sounds awesome.
My neighbors were like, "What are you doing? It smells." And I would just hiss at them and run back in the house.
I was going to say the easiest way around that is to like not prime in their basement.
No. Well, yeah, I shouldn't be in their house in the first place.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it stinking at my house.
Well, go into the house that burnt down.
Yeah, that should have. It didn't burn down. It just.
Okay. Well, they had fire damage.
Had a lot of fire damage.
Because then it's just going to be kind of smoky.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the last bit.
Oh, it's funny you say that because it was them that were the ones that came out and were like, "What's that smell?"
What's that smell? Is that fire?
Yeah, because they were at the house doing some
work on it.
Yeah, some work, and then like moving some of their furniture and stuff because they took all that stuff out previously. Yep. So
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like freaking them out. Like, is the house on fire again?
Check out this piece. You can see that there.
What is it?
It's some sort of crazy frog squig thing.
Okay.
In his fist.
Oh, so he's holding it.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
You see it on the box.
Yep.
That's just super cool. That looks great.
So you were saying before we started the episode, Dave was mentioning that he may have to not so much assemble the top part, the mushroom top pieces.
All right. Yep.
For painting purposes. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm almost always assemble the entire model first.
Right.
But these mushroom caps here would typically they'll sit on top of Mollog there, like that.
Yeah.
But because they're going to be a different color to him,
right.
It's probably going to be easier if I have that off so I can get in and paint his skin around here under the stems of the mushrooms.
Right.
And then paint this separately and then glue the two together.
Okay.
Is going to be the way.
And that's something you usually don't do.
I usually don't do that. Yeah. I for a lot of miniatures, I'll usually just assemble the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be a little bit tough if you've got a cloak,
right.
Sort of wrapping around legs or that kind of thing. But generally for speed, I don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. But when you're painting, like when you've got one big model in the warband, who's the focus of it, you probably want to put a little bit of extra time in on him. Yeah?
Yeah, I would think so.
You don't want to rush him.
Right. All right, so I'm doing this mushroom with like a puff coming out of it.
Yep.
This looks pretty cool.
It is definitely.
Yeah, these are really
cool.
good. I almost would be like, we should hold off on painting these until we get the contrast
paints.
But we won't.
No, we'll jump straight in.
Yeah. So the tools that we're using so far have been pretty pretty fun as well, giving us a lot of, like these are just nice. I mean, they just, I like a hefty feel, and it's like you said, these smaller pieces, you can just get into it.
Get in,
easily.
nice and tight in there.
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, Games Workshop has been pushing their plastic sprue technology so that you can fit more and more and more pieces onto a sprue.
Right.
And when we opened this up, what was the first thing you said? After you saw the first 2 sprues, you're like, that's it?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot more, like maybe 3 or 4 sprues inside there.
But no, just the 2.
Yeah.
So that's kind of impressive.
James says, sup. Chris says,
sup,
hello,
James.
everybody. Chris Gorka. Byron says, good night. Again. Matthew says, I love this box set, and it makes me want to build a Gobbo army. Is that Is that what this would be part of, like a goblin?
Yep.
Okay.
In Age of Sigmar, he'd be in the army is called the Gloomspite Gits.
Gloomspite Gits.
Gloomspite Gits.
Matt wants to know, what will the basing theme be?
I'm not sure. Not sure what we'll do with the basing. But I mean, with the basing, everything is they're basically sort of sculpted bases.
Yeah.
And I think everything's kind of supposed to be underground. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we'd go with like browns and greens and grays, something like that.
I mean, it kind of gives me that, the feel like if you were to compare these to something you would see in like D&D, the Myconids. Do you remember them?
No.
Mushroom people.
Okay.
They were in like the A1 through 4 series, module series.
Radio.
I think it was A4. The pinned comment makes my chat window sad. I don't see comments updating, or I can see comments at all due to window size auto scroll. Oh no.
No.
Get a bigger screen.
Pardon?
Sarah says
Big screen.
that personally she hates sprues. She always breaks stuff. Malk says, put those mushroom hats on afterwards.
Yep. So what are we doing? Oh, you want all of us to wear mushroom hats?
I would wear a mushroom hat. I would.
Yeah, you would.
Because that'd be cool. And yes.
Does anybody make mushroom hats?
Probably just Nintendo with their.
Oh, all right, okay.
Stuff.
True. We could do that. We'd wear those.
But I'm sure that there's somebody out there on Etsy that has mushroom capped hats.
Making mushroom hats.
And
we'll have to be quick. We'll have to place the order now.
Yeah.
Who wants to order mushroom hats for us?
Or do that and go to and have them available for like for Gen Con or something.
Okay.
And we wear them and we make a Gobbo army or whatever.
All right.
And use these and just show up looking like our own creations here.
Yeah.
Which is something I think we should do anyways.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Just at Gen Con, go and sit down and play with the community.
That sounds like a plan.
And be like, hey, what are you guys playing? Can we join you? And they'll be like, who are you?
Speaking of that, you're doing some something charity related at Gen Con, aren't you?
Yes. Cool. So with Chris Steele, or Brian Steele.
Brian Steele.
We are doing a charity D&D game.
Cool.
We are still looking for a couple more players, like influencers, to be a part of the group.
Right.
A couple females as well, because you gotta get Elisa Teague if you can get Elisa Teague.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to get Elisa Teague. Elisa, if you're watching, you want to play D&D with us at Gen Con if you're not already occupied? She's one of those ones that every second of Gen Con is
planned out.
Is planned out.
Right.
Yeah, because she's so busy.
Cool.
So, but I'm hoping that at Origins, I'll be able to help find some other folks to sit at the table.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And I'm not sure which charities Gen Con, because it's for Gen Con. So
right.
whatever
Okay.
the charity's Gen Con supports here.
Okay.
Is who we'll be playing for. Yeah.
Who you'll be supporting.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. I painted up some minis for a charity army this weekend. I'm working on some stuff for the Nova Open that I usually do each year.
Yeah.
And this year I'm not on the board.
Okay, so you have time to do stuff.
Yeah. Not really.
No.
No. Don't really have much time at all. But yeah, I painted up some Games Workshop stuff.
Okay.
I painted up some Night Lord Terminators. So Night Lords are a Space Marine Legion.
Okay.
From the Horus Heresy. So this is not 40k, it's 30k. So 10,000 years into the past.
Into the past.
40K.
Are they also smaller miniatures?
Huh?
Instead of being the normal 40k size, are they a little bit smaller?
A little bit smaller. They're not the Primaris Marines.
Oh, okay.
They're not the new big ones. But yeah, painted some of those, and also worked on a character called Sevatar.
Sevatar.
So, yeah.
That's an interesting name.
Yep. The Night Lords are very much sort of psychopathic vigilantes.
What?
Would probably be the best way to describe
So like
them.
the Punisher? Who, in his original, when he originally hit the comic books, he was a psychopathic vigilante. You littered, you got killed.
Right.
You were punished.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much like that.
All right, cool.
But in power armor with enormous
Plasma bolts.
chain glaives
Jesus.
and that sort of thing. So yeah.
All right. I can dig it.
But yeah, I got to work on him. So
I'm going to take the shaver tool real
go
quick.
for it. Yep.
Because these guys are all together now, made.
Excellent.
And there's just some little flash I need to get rid of here.
One of the things I'll need to do afterwards is take our mat outside and
Oh, yeah.
brush it down a little bit.
Okay. These are actually really nice, too. So when Malk, who was in the chat, sent these mats to us, sent all this gear to us, I thought these were like mud flaps.
All right.
I was like, man, I didn't realize that Citadel or Games Workshop made mud flaps. So, because it has these little tabs, which are obviously to hang them up on a shelf at
in a
your
retail store. Yeah.
But I went outside and was like, how can I attach this to my Suburban? But it didn't work out.
And then you realized.
Aha. That's just being a Rick.
Yep. Nice one.
Yeah. But they sent a bunch of other stuff that we'll be using as well, but, which you've already seen, like some other gear that we'll use in future episodes.
Yep.
And to give you guys another better understanding of all the tools and product and the available from GW and Citadel and all that.
There we go. Look at that.
Nice.
That's what it is.
Is it
Just
a
in
little
those.
bit of flash?
No, there are three posts on the front piece and 3 holes in the back piece. It was just that one of them wasn't lining up a little bit. So
Nice.
I must have bumped it when I was cleaning. Bent it slightly, but now it's back in position.
So when we prime these,
Yep.
what are you thinking? Black primer?
I think for this guy, even though we're not going to be able to, we're not allowed to use the contrast paints just yet, and also we don't have them just yet. I probably want to go with a white prime for this guy.
Okay.
I just want to get some of the I want to go with a bit more of a purple look to him.
Okay.
So on the box here, he's got this the
lighter.
the light gray and the blue gray.
Right.
But I think I want to go with something a little bit more purple.
Okay.
Maybe similar sort of tones underneath. but was outside. But doing some washes with purple or with purple inks and that kind of thing would be really cool.
Okay.
So I think for this guy, I'd like to have him primed white.
Okay. Looking at the ones that I have, I'm thinking that I'd want to prime them black, except for the
squig, the flying squig.
The flying squig.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to let me find out what his name is. We can't just keep calling him the flying squig.
The flying squig.
I'm sure he has a name.
Carl says, Rick says he'll wear a mushroom hat, but I haven't seen the Bob Ross wig in a long time. I'm dubious.
Oh, it's just called Bat Squig.
Bat Squig.
Bat Squig. Bat Squig.
Byron says, wish I could play werewolf at Gen Con. Byron, when you say werewolf, do you mean the social deduction game, or werewolf as in like werewolf, the LARP, or tabletop RPG by White Wolf?
There we go. Stalag Squig.
Stalag Squig?
Stalag Squig.
All right.
Like stalagmite.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. The wait, here we can see. So looking at the stats on there, the Stalag Squig has a movement stat of 0.
Perfect.
As I said,
Just sit tight.
Yep, just tight. Defense of 2 and 2 wounds.
But it has to do something. Does it like reduce movement or to somebody else?
It has a basically in the hexes around him. He has a one dice, 1 damage attack.
Oh.
So basically, you don't want to spend a lot of time standing next to him.
Right.
But
I mean, you're really going to have to position him in a spot where people are going to have to walk by him.
Yeah.
So looking at the boards, when you think about the Night Vault and Shadespire, the boards.
Well, one of the cool things with the boards is that so the first person places the board. Each player comes with basically half the board.
Right.
So the first person places their board, and if you're Mollog, so if you're the second player, you get to place it. You can shift it so that you only have like a 3 or 4 hex passageway between the two.
Right.
So then you can plant him right there. So,
Nice.
so you have to go past.
Yes.
Something like that.
That's
that sort of
yeah.
positioning.
Rad wants to know how the glue is. How fast does it set?
Ooh, I'm not sure about how fast it sets. This is the plastic glue, but it does smell quite potent.
Yeah.
So you definitely know when you've got that open. I think it's probably a little bit tough to tell on these guys because they have everything's really keyed.
Right. And
they
really clip together pretty easily. Like I don't think I necessarily needed to even use glue.
No,
for
really.
the miniatures I just put together.
Yep. I'm just going to trim.
Yeah, it also asks, what all are you going to be doing at at Origins? So, at Origins, during the hall hours on Thursday through Saturday or Sunday, we will be doing interviews at the Game Trade Magazine Media booth.
Magazine/media.
Magazine/media.
Yep.
Booth with publishers in the morning and into the afternoon. At 2 o'clock every day, I will be doing an episode of Painting Happy Little Minis. And at 3 o'clock, an episode of Building Character with different publishers that are going to be present.
Awesome.
And then, and that's it for during the hall hours. Afterwards, I know I'm playing a Dungeons and Dragons game there with some industry folk, I think.
Right.
I don't know where it's going to be played at, though. And then I'm going to be looking for games.
Right. You're going to be prowling the halls?
I'm going to be prowling the halls looking for some stuff to sit down and play. I really want to play some Other Side.
Okay.
By Weird.
From Weird? Okay.
Yeah, I want to play some of that.
Cool.
I want to play Wacky Racers by Come On Games.
Right. Okay.
Simon or Kumini or not. Back it up. Currently going by Come On Play. And if you haven't seen the Wacky Racers board game, it just looks like a lot of fun.
Yep.
Man, there's quite a few actually that I want to hit up and see.
Right.
But if there's an RPG that someone wants to play, and that if it's on a night when I'm not playing the D&D game, let me know, because I will sit and play any RPG.
Cool.
Any time.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I will not be there.
Right. You will not be there. But
I'll
you know
be,
who will be there.
I'll be glamping in Western Maryland. How about that?
I like it. Yeah. But we will have a special guest walking about the showroom floor.
Awesome. Who's the special guest going to be?
Kurt Pearson.
Oh, wow.
Kurt's going to be there. Yeah. Yeah, so I might actually have him paint with me.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, you should totally do that.
And then Oz.
Okay, cool. Oz
is also going to be there.
From Alpha Omega Hobby.
Which is the hat I'm wearing.
Yeah. Excellent. In Boston.
In Boston. Up there with the Corollas and the
Bruins.
The Bruins. And Dunkin' Donuts every corner.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, they'll both be there hanging out, and we'll definitely try to get Kurt on to paint some minis with us.
That'll be cool
as well. So it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, I've decided I'm going to leave these two pieces off.
Okay.
So I can work on these
one
separately.
arm with the club.
With the club.
What does that club look like? It's made out of just skulls or?
No, it's like.
Little mushroom pods.
Yeah.
The pod mushrooms on
or possibly,
a branch.
Or possibly like barnacles.
Barnacles, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Gross.
Because I mean, they're underground. There'd be, well, I think here we go. Mollog, the dank-hold Troggoth, known as Mollog the Mighty, slept in his mushroom-littered cavern beneath the dunes of the Desert of Bones for centuries, emerging every so often to rampage in search of food. It was a comfortable life, until an infestation of scavens spilled up from the deep earth. After he had finished picking his teeth clean of scraps of flesh and fur, the Troggoth realized his home was lost to the endless tide of vermin. Followed by a mob of the bizarre denizens that had dwelt within his cave, Mollog set off to find a new one. Troggoth travelled far across the bone-strewn wastes, eventually coming to the ruins of Shadespire. Underground he went, certain that somewhere in this gloomy place lay the dank, quiet cavern he was looking for.
Nice.
Instead, Mollog found the labyrinth of the mirrored city. Still, he presses stubbornly on with his search. A trail of crushed and battered bodies left in his wake.
I like it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Yep.
Rad says he'll see us there.
Cool.
Very cool. And Matthew Bowles says they are barnacles.
They are barnacles?
They are barnacles. What do we got going over here?
One of the things I was just going to say...
Can you read that? My clippers are...
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. Nice.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here, we've got a bit of a seam where the two pieces come together. I'm going to run just a thin bead of plastic glue along there. And what that'll do is kind of fill that gap.
Okay.
It'll settle in there. There's enough surface tension on it so that it won't sort of flow through.
Okay. It won't like leach into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll just give a nice sort of quick gap filling.
Nice.
And there's a little bit of a gap under there, not much.
All right.
Yep. There we go. It's kind of funny in the articles that I've been doing for Game Trade Magazine. So the first 12 articles I did the first year are all on painting particular color.
Right.
Painting red, painting black, painting gold, painting green. After that, I thought we'd go back to the start, where I probably should have started.
Back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning. So the first article is on cleaning and assembling plastic miniatures.
Oh, nice.
And the second article will be doing the same thing for metal and resin miniatures. And then an article on priming. And
so when you do the article on priming, you're going to hit that whole, what is it called, zenithal?
We'll include that
as a part of it.
Just
cool.
as a little sort of
How
side
far
piece.
away?
How far away? What sort of conditions?
Nice.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I shouldn't have been, like, again, I was on my deck on
Yep.
the back of my townhouse. I was spraying them. And my neighbors just to my left, not the ones that burnt down their house,
right?
But the ones just to my left,
the other ones.
The other neighbors were barbecuing. out there, you know, with their barbecue on and stuff, and that was the way the wind was blowing.
Right.
So all the like scent, and I'm just like, what's up? I'm a bad neighbor.
Worst neighbor ever. That's terrible.
I am the absolute worst. James says Skaven rules. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
The rat peoples, rat thingies.
Yeah.
So what else do you got planned for the week? I know we're pretty much done with the builds on the miniature, so we can put it.
We are.
Kind of put them up on the thing, so you can kind of see what they look like.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Ish.
This is the cool thing as well with this is that
you can
everything's
peg it in.
I can peg that in. Peg that in as well. There we go.
Hopefully that bead of glue that you just did doesn't set it in there.
Oh no, I didn't put any glue over there. It's all good. And this can just rest on top. Oh.
Cool.
He's huge.
Yeah, that's a cool looking miniature too.
Oh. Maybe put him on the spinner.
There you go. Roar.
He's really slowed that spinner down, yeah. Oh, is it?
No, the framing.
The framing.
Yeah. She's like, I was just in there.
I just got it right.
There we go.
There we go.
It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good looking miniature.
Yep.
Right there. So on Thursday when we come back, like I said, we will be giving away a copy of Mollog's Mob to one of the viewers, and so I'm kind of thinking of like what hashtag to use. So. I have an idea. What do you got?
Oh, okay. I was going to go with something simple like Troggoth.
Jesus. How's that simple?
Hashtag Troggoth.
I can't even spell Troggoth.
Well, okay.
I can say hashtag shrooms.
Shrooms. Is that what you were going to go with? Hashtag shrooms.
Yeah. But not today.
Not today. Not in today's chat. Thursday's chat.
Thursday's chat. Troggoth, like Mollog's moth, Trolloth, or whatever.
Troggoth. Mollog's Troggoth mob.
Yeah, that would be your hashtag.
No,
mine is.
This. It wouldn't be that.
This.
Yeah. Shrooms. My God.
Hey, Michael says, sorry I'm late. Hi, everyone. What was that liquid Dave was using to fill the gaps?
Oh, that liquid was the Citadel plastic glue. Yeah. One thing I'll mention, plastic glue. There's a lot of miniatures that are available these days. A lot of them from folks like Reaper or WizKids. You'll find them in board games like Blood Rage and that sort of thing from Come On. Sounded weird to say it.
It sounds weird.
From Simon. But a lot of those plastics aren't polystyrene.
Okay.
So if it comes on a sprue like this,
okay,
it is what's called high impact polystyrene, or HIPS. HIPS.
Okay.
So high impact polystyrene is what you use polystyrene cement or plastic glue. Use it on that because it basically melts
a little bit of this.
Melts the surface of the plastic.
Okay.
And when you put it against another piece of plastic, it'll melt both surfaces. And when it dries, it's basically welded it together.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole sort of idea of that.
All right.
So
science.
With PVC, it doesn't work the same, which is PVC is what variations of PVC are what they're used for WizKids and Reaper and a lot of board game miniatures, that kind of thing. So if the plastic's a little bit soft and bendy, it's probably PVC.
Okay. So what glue would you recommend for that?
For that, I would recommend super glue.
Super glue.
Yeah, definitely use
like the stuff that I use from.
Yep, from Bob Smith Industries.
Yep, Bob Smith Industries. Yes.
Can you use that?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's sort of an important thing. There's a lot of times people will use.
But they do have
plastic.
Super glue. Citadel makes super glue.
Citadel has super glue as well.
I do have some of that as well. In my office.
But it's mainly because the confusion comes from when it's labeled plastic glue, and a lot of polystyrene cements are labeled plastic glue.
Right.
And you go, well, I've got my plastic model. Why isn't it gluing? It's probably not the right kind of plastic.
That would make a lot of sense considering every once in a while here at the studio, I will get toys from different toy companies.
Right.
Because we do video content around different toys as well. If you want to check out Talking Toys or just go to the Previews World website and look at any of the toys from Diamond Select Toys. any video related to those, we've done those.
Right. Yep.
And sometimes they're not.
Something might be broken, or you need
something might be broken.
Something might have popped out of its socket or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to do a little repair to it, and there's sometimes I'm just sitting there holding for like 30 minutes, something that normally would be like immediate, like, oh crap, it's already stuck.
Yep.
And it's like,
That's probably because you're using plastic glue on PVC.
Yep.
Which is a type of plastic, but it's not this type of plastic.
Right.
So that's just an important thing to know.
And now that I know,
the more you know. Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. I don't.
What's the other half? Red and blue lasers.
Yeah, red and blue lasers that never hit the targets. But now that I've said that, everyone's been like, oh man, what toys have they had to make repairs on? I won't tell you which ones.
See if you can guess.
Yeah. Hashtag PVC.
Hashtag PVC. Exactly.
Chris says glue. Fill gaps with glue and baking soda.
Yeah, that's another thing you can do. Cool. Super glue and baking soda. Because basically you can do that for particularly sort of larger gaps and that kind of thing as well. But also, super glue and baking soda will give you a sort of a texture that you can then file down.
Oh, okay.
It's all you can use. One of the things that I do use on polystyrene models or scratch builds or that kind of thing is Bondo, Bondo spot and glazing putty.
Like legit Bondo for cars?
Yeah. Not the stuff that you get in the tin that you have to sort of mix thoroughly. It's stuff that comes in a tube. So it's the spot and glazing putty.
Are they separate tubes? And
No, it's one tube. It air dries.
Okay.
And it's like a red, like a rusty pink kind of color. But you can squeeze some out, scrape it down the center, and when that dries, it's great. It's perfect for filling gaps because it's made for filling gaps. Right. It's a pretty cool one too.
Interesting. Do you have any photos of where you've used that in the past?
I probably do.
Because I think that'd be something kind of interesting to show.
Yeah.
Or if we get a model that would require something like that. I'm actually thinking taking some of those other models I have in my office that do need to be put together that I know are going to have some gapping.
Radio.
That might be something.
Try that.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Yeah, okay.
So a lot of people have been putting down hashtags that they think might work.
That they think might work? Okay, yeah. Let's see some of those
so
hashtags.
We've got Chris Cox says hashtag spores, mold, and fungus. Carl says hashtag bat squig.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one too.
Tempting.
Matt says hashtag shrooms. Chris says hashtag trog.
There you go, hashtag trog.
Josh Mushel asks, when are these being painted? We'll be painting these on Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ross Vanilla in the YouTube chat says shrooms forever.
Shrooms forever.
Hashtag shrooms forever.
Chris wants to know, what about resin miniatures? What is that also super glue?
Super glue. Okay. Yep, super glue for resin miniatures as well. Yep. Super glue is sometimes also referred to as CA glue.
Yeah, they actually mentioned that here.
Yep. Or cyanoacrylate.
Hashtag cyanoacrylate. We're not using that one.
No. I didn't think you would.
Michael Harris says hashtag guess the broken one.
Guess the broken one. Nice.
Mini Painting Studios. Don't worry, I'll be doing some high-level painting right after the boys are done. That's right.
Yep.
So if you guys want to watch some painting today, and we apologize, not really. We wanted to put together and show off some of the other tools available for the hobby for everybody out there. Check out Mini Painting Studios right after this.
Yep.
Matt says, I'm a big fan of liquid green putty, or airplane putty, depending on what surfaces I am dealing with.
Yep.
And Chris says, I use 3M acrylic spot putty.
Okay.
Green stuff on my Mal Drakkar Dragon. Yeah, I had to use a lot of green stuff on that as well.
Yep.
And Matthew Bowles says, high-level painting. Well, yeah, if you're going to watch Josh paint, it's...
Yeah, compared to what we do.
Well, what I do. You're high level as well.
I like to say we.
Yeah.
Just so that I'm not,
Make me feel
not dropping you entirely in it.
Man, I appreciate it. I know we didn't show any photos today, but Josh has been showing a photo of a horse and a rider.
Okay.
With like a flame in the group.
That's looking fantastic.
Man, I can't believe the detail just on that horse head, where it goes from like a dark and then it like just kind of blended in, and you can just see like every little detail of that snout and everything. It's just, it's beautiful. I love horses anyways, so they're delicious. I mean, what?
They are indeed.
And Michael says, yeah, assembly is a part of this beautiful hobby. Absolutely. And I'm actually finding, when I got my Bones 4 set in, there was a lot of assembly.
Right.
And it did not upset me.
Right.
To do it.
That's
I actually, it felt like part of the project felt fun. And as I was getting them done and seeing them all like put together, there was a sense of accomplishment in just that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I really had a good time with it. There's just one miniature that I'm just like, because they use that, like you said, softer plastic.
Right. Yep. The PVC.
That is like, sometimes if it's just too warm, it just kind of will lay down. And the core set came with a pretty decent sized dragon.
Right. Okay.
It's almost an exact replica to the dragon from Dragons Don't Share.
Okay. Yep.
Just in a different pose.
Yep.
And for some reason, it just wants to kind of like snout down onto the table.
Right.
Its legs are here, and then it just kind of folds and snouts down.
Wow.
So I'm trying to figure out how to best keep him standing straight up, even if I have to put a new base to him, like build a base around it.
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Might need to do that. So I'm just going to I haven't opened the saw before. So the saw, the Citadel saw, on the front it just shows the little blades.
Right.
So it obviously doesn't want to scare you.
Right, because now I want to do surgery.
Yeah.
With what I see there.
Exactly. So I open this up. You've got
it's similar to an exact knife.
Basically, yeah. And so you could either use these blades here. So basically it goes in there. You turn the handle, which pulls that chuck in. And then you've got the saw blade there.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Which is, okay.
You know what? I think you're going to need to use a bigger blade.
Need a bigger blade?
Yeah. I see the bone saw over there.
Yeah. That's what, something that really surprised me was that, check out that.
There's a literal looking bone saw up in there. Yeah. Sarah wants to know, are Citadel paints supposed to be really chunky? Just started painting and I've never seen pigments so thick.
It depends on the paint. Citadel, the Citadel color range has a variety of different pigment types. So there are things like the base, Citadel base paints, layer paints, washes, technical paints, and there's the dries.
Okay.
The dry paints are basically almost foolproofing dry brushing, because when you normally do dry brushing, you'll sort of put out your paint, you'll get some on your brush, and you'll brush most of it off until your brush is dry enough so that you just get the little bit of pigment on there. So the dry paint is much closer to what you want. So when you dab your brush in it, it's already very dry.
Right.
So you can almost, not quite, but almost dry brush straight from the pot. Right. So it all depends, Sarah, on which ones you've got. They're, and generally they are a little bit thicker than.
Yeah, I feel like they are
than
a little thicker
other paints.
Than like if we were to use like anything from Vallejo or.
The Army Painter.
Army Painter seems a lot thinner even than Vallejo, and Vallejo is like that happy medium.
It is the one in the middle. Yeah, it depends on what you're going for and what sort of colors you're looking for. But and obviously, I always use a palette.
Yes.
So we always use a palette. So if you're getting the paint out onto the palette, it's not too much trouble to get a little bit of water and thin it down, mix it and thin it down. Hopefully. It's not an issue with a batch of paint, which occasionally happens. But
you know what I think I want to do too on Thursday when we give this away?
What's that?
I think I got a bunch of these too.
Oh, cool.
Extras. I think I'll add one of those into it as well.
Oh, that sounds cool.
The Citadel water cups. for cleaning off your brushes and stuff. Yeah, I'll send one of those. All right, let's see what this bone saw can do. Oh, man, that sounds way better.
Oh, that's all me.
Enough.
That's all me. I didn't put it in far enough. Tighten it up. There we go. So obviously it's not usually for cutting through
a full
sprue. But if you wanted to do some conversion work, like on this guy, for example, if you wanted to like shorten his club or replace his club with a sword or whatever, you could start to cut through, cut away those sections. And one thing that's really cool with these is they are nice and thin, so you don't lose a lot of material.
Nice.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
it's a nice variation on the razor saw.
I almost feel like we should have had those when they did those conversions, when you did the conversion of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Yeah.
But maybe we'll do another episode of conversions and make it a
that'd be cool. Yeah.
GW specific, because I do have that whole box of Marine still.
Right. Actually, the last week I've been doing some conversions on some GW models.
Nice.
Making some stuff for sort of my own setting in the 40K universe. That I'm sort of playing around with.
All right.
So I might throw some of those up on the group as well.
Nice. All right. So in closure today, we're going to cut it a little bit early, but not much. Make sure you go over to our group and check us out over at Painting Happy Little Minis on Facebook.
Yep.
Follow us at Game Trade Media on all platforms. We're on all social media sites for the most part, except for maybe Pinterest and Tumblr. I don't think we're on Tumblr. I don't think we are.
I don't think so.
So follow us on all the social medias. Check out Mini Painting Studios right after this at 3. And we'll be back Thursday, and we hope you have a wonderful week. Until then, I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.